right in here.
I've changed the loading program for Gridrunner, which hopefully you can make out in their shit quality video. I owned Gridrunner for the C64. I didn't have Laser Zone, I didn't have Matrix, but I also had Laser Zone and Gridrunner for the VIC-20. So I don't know what I've done with, I think I still kept those VIC-20 games after my VIC-20 stopped working, and we had to take it back to Lasky's in Enfield Town, and they had to give us a refund because the VIC-20 starter pack was only for like Christmas 1982, and then Commodore stopped it. I think they did it again the next Christmas. So they had no other machines to give us, so they had to give us a full refund. So we got a C64 because they said, well, we'll give you your 200 quid back if you give us another, I think it was 50 quid or 80 quid, I can't remember. We'll let you keep the Commodore cassette tape deck, which saves you another 50 quid, because obviously they didn't want us to walk out the door and go and buy a VIC-20 somewhere else. There was probably loads of them in other shops, but Lasky's was quite a big thing back then. Right, so I've changed this so it looks like a standard Commodore loader, which hasn't worked. Why hasn't that worked? Did I not press enter over the changes I made? Look how quickly that loads up. Look at that. Who said the C64 was the, oh crap. The C64 slow disk drive loading. Why ask me? Hello mate, hello dear. What's your fake name for the camera? I can't remember, mate. Obviously we can't use your real name, someone might look it up. Do not want to be found, thank you. I'm quite happy with things the way they are. Why is that not bloody, is that right? That don't look right to me. Actually, why have we got the damn light on when it's still daylight? And can we make the actual screen any darker? Who knows, sir? These and many other useless questions will be not answered, maybe. No, that's it, that's your lot, mate. It's a crap CRT, it's not Sony Trinitron with blacker than black. Thank you. Right, first thing you'll notice is everything moves in like a character block. I don't think there's a single sprite on the screen. So it's pretty basic in terms of programming finesse. I mean, this is great on the VIC-20, but the VIC-20 doesn't have the advanced features of the C64. So yeah, you have to shoot them, otherwise. Yeah, there are some nice additions to the gameplay, to Centipede. It plays fine, unlike Attack of the Mutant Camel 1, which is fucking horrible on the C64. If you want to play that game, do it justice and play it on the Atari. I think you just have to keep moving. So it is kind of like Centipede. There are some differences, like those things in the grid there, which represent the mushrooms that appear when you shoot the Centipede in Centipede. They do actually decay and then turn into bullets that drop down, well, missiles, whatever, and you will lose a life for that. But all things considered, this has obviously been play tested by the programmer a lot, just like Manic Miner was. But you know, if you compare this with Chris Lancaster's conversion of the excellent Manic Miner on the Spectrum, There's a world of difference in quality of programming. But I used to really enjoy playing this game on the C64. You know, back then it was like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, look, no, it's not well programmed, man. No, you just played the games. You did look at the graphics in the early days, but not as critically as you would in like 1985, 86, you know, 82, 83 on the C64. You're not going to be that bothered as long as the game plays really well. So, and I think this was £7. I think I paid £7 for this down the market stall in the Sunday market, or the discount electronics store that used to sell hi-fis and stuff. Yeah, see, I've got a thing now about getting them, well, the sort of space mushroom hole in the grid, whatever you want to call it. So really I shouldn't do that, because you don't do that on Centipede. You should play it like Centipede, and you kind of just have to ignore the turrets, but you do have to be careful when the yeah, I suppose they're sort of like you know, the blood from the alien creature, where it just keeps dripping down. Yaphet Kofo. I can't remember the character's name in Alien, oddly, but he's my favourite character. It reminds me of a friend I had at school called the Arcade. I wonder what happened to him, mate. Buddy, you can't put your hands down the cartridge slot. You're not a C64 cartridge. So yeah, that's Gridrunner. Yeah, you know what, Gridrunner and Matrix really suffered from the black background because I had the windows open. Sorry, the curtains open, and the screen was like way too bright. So that's a bit of a bastard. So maybe I'll just tack this bit on the end. So this disc must be like 4.5K. It's about, I think it's 17 blocks, wasn't it? Plus one block, 18. So it's 4.5K. I suppose that could be right, because I'm sure this was an unexpanded VIC-20 game, because I don't remember having the memory expansion for it. A fantastic game, as we all know. You know what? We're going to have to go for total blackout on the old curtain front here. There we go. I'm doing better by not even using the joystick. Isn't that amazing? I don't know which way is auto-fire now, because it makes no difference. I'll leave it where it was. Yeah, this is a great game. Yeah, if you kind of hover around the same area a lot, that beam at the bottom will get you. Now, the regenerating nature of those holes in the grid, I think that is not welcome. So you can sort of use them to try and get one that's coming down like that. Oh crap. It is actually quite a tough game in a sort of arcade sort of way. I don't know if it's going to come out alright actually, because the screen looks a bit dark there. Will we even do away with it? Oh bloody hell, come on man. Oh, they come from there and end up there again, do they? Right, okay, that explains why they're appearing out of nowhere. On the VIC 20 it's actually even harder because there's less characters, you know, across and the height of the screen. So it's the same reason why, you know, Jetpack on the VIC 20 is the most challenging version because the screen area is so small. Well, I was just about to say I'm getting the hang of it and then that happens. Oh, bloody hell. This must be a really embarrassing high score I'm going to be getting on this game compared to someone who's really good at this. And the C64 version is probably the easiest version. I haven't played it on the Atari for quite a while actually, so I don't know why it picks certain places to fire the, you know, the laser bolt across the screen. I don't think this came out for the Amiga later on, or the ST actually. In fact, the only one anything to do with the C64 I remember at the moment is Revenge of the Mutant Camels 2, which Mastertronic handles. Revenge of the Mutant Camels probably is Jeff Minter's finest Commodore 64 game. And if you combine that with Attack of the Mutant Camels on the Atari, then I think you probably got the best two games he ever did, like arcade games like this. Just simple arcade fun, you know, something to play, just to like, you know, pass an hour or two until your mate come round, so you could go up the market and buy some new games. I was probably too young to buy VIC 20 games by myself, like go to the market. And we lived in North London, man, Jesus Christ, what do you expect? Just trying to get over to the other side, I thought they were one level above me actually. No, because the way the grid is done, it's not actually a grid, is it? It's slightly different. So wow, giving it a proper game this time. Hope the bloody footage is coming out nice, for fuck's sake. Well, I was at the end there, so it must have come down one. And the thing is, it's not, you know, there's not one left now, you've got to do them all over again, so you don't really continue. Yeah. That is a good early C64 game.